And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm doing a live stream Q&A. Well, I am going to be doing one as soon as we get some people in here. And like I just said, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video because I've been doing really well lately. So thank you all so much for that achievement here. It has been a great honor to be getting this much views and all the all the likes and people sharing my channel. So as soon as we get some people in here, we will be sure to get this thing started. But quick little water break. Hoping that someone will chat in the meantime. The View with Drew says, "Hey everyone, what's up? I'm doing good." And that's about everyone. Hope you can stay because I have basically no one else right now. Drew says, "I hit the like button and shared the stream on my channel. Thank you very much for that, my friend. And if you are willing to stay, then be sure to do that. If you have any questions about certain things, what movies do you think what movies are you gonna ask if I've seen or if I like? Then be sure to do all that. And as soon as we get, hopefully, we'll get some more people in here soon." We have Chronicles of Yarny in here saying hi, hi. Okay, now why is it my channel never gets people in before, but as soon as I start it, it always starts getting packed. It's so weird. So weird. This is actually really funny. Godzilla says, "Have you seen First Man starring Ryan Gosling?" My brother just bought it for because he is doing something on he's doing something on Neil Armstrong, so he literally just bought the film, so I'll see it soon. I plan on doing a ranking of the director's filmography because he only has like 3 or 4 films. Film Kid in here saying, "Hi, I made it. Hopefully I'm not late. Not really. But hopefully we're gonna be getting some more people in here. I'm starting to get to the point where what is it? I'm starting to get to the point where a lot of times I may not be able to I may not be able to get to everyone's questions. So to do that, I'm going to be starting this thing called Patreon, which I don't know if you've heard of. And if you guys know what Patreon is, it basically means that's something where you guys can basically financially support me by paying me money, and in return, you guys get things like exclusive videos that are only on there. It also means that I can do something for a project that I've been wanting to try and do as like part of it. So that it also means that you get your questions answered faster because it means that I can do live streams over on there too. So if you guys are interested, I'll put a poll out on the stream real quick to see if people want me to get Patreon. Mm. Okay, I'll just address this real quick. Okay, Babylon, you would probably have to watch on VidAngel, yes, because that's the only one. Sorry, I just muted myself. Sorry. Anyway, I was saying, with film kit, in answer to your question, and basically, there's like different tiers that you can get access to. I'm fine with any tiers. I'm putting up a vote now. Of course, I could do that. Okay. Give me 1 second. And there we go. I don't know if it's. I don't think it costs anything. I think you just have to sign up, and then people can start paying you to paying you. So people can now vote on this thing. But if anyone will be willing to support me with that, and if you've been noticing that I'm getting popular to a point. Dang, I muted myself again. This thing keeps muting me. I'm gonna check. Let's see. Okay, well, we got one person saying no to that one. Film Kid, I will support you. Depends how much it is, but I will try to support you on there. Thank you very much. It at least gets me that I'm gonna try and sign up. So that means that people will support me, and it also means that you get to be on a card at the end of my videos if I can remember to do that. That gives you a shout out, like shout out to Film Kid for being a supporter on Patreon. But if you guys are interested in that, then it helps me out, and in a way it helps you out, considering my channel is vastly growing. Because you guys saw, if you were in my channel, if you were in my live stream, yesterday, yeah, then you will know then that that one got pretty popular, and it got a bit tricky to answer everyone's questions. Yikes. Chronicles of Yarny. There's no way my parents would allow me to join it. I wish I could, though. A lot of people will probably not be able to for that reason, but it doesn't matter. It's not. That would just be like a hobby thing to like support me. Okay, guys, if you are in here, hit that like button, and also if you have any questions right now, since there's very few people in the stream, if you have questions, concerns, any of that, movies you want to recommend me, or movies that you think that you want to know if I've seen, then be sure to do that, because I will most likely be able to get to it. Water break. You were too nice to It Chapter 2. I'll just say that. Very, very bad film. Chronicles of Yarny is saying to watch WALL-E. I'm trying to knock out some good films like Gladiator or Braveheart, so I don't want to have to put in another bad one in there. Okay. Ow. So if you guys are in here and you want me to get some more views, then I suggest sharing this thing. Be sure to share this video, like the post, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It helps out a lot. It's not really rude if it's true. Film Kid, you overhate on It Chapter 2. No, I don't. I necessarily hate on the film. Terrible CGI, terrible execution of said third act. And watch Cody Leach's review. I agree with him on that one full-heartedly. Such a complete drop-off in quality compared to the first one. Because that first one is great, and that diminished the first one a lot. Why is Pennywise in so little of that film? Why is he in so little of the first one either? He's barely in both films. He has a few minutes of screen time at most in both films. Film Kid. Well, if you're mad on what I gave it now. Wait until my ranking. I do have a funny pun to throw in there, though. Okay. If it's something to do saying something about Pennywise or something, then Chronicles of Narnia. Wally is amazing. You are wrong. Not really. The film is extremely boring. And I watched it at a phase where I pretty much like everything, so that tells you something. Tiara, did you watch 1990? Yes, I did. I think the first half is great. I think the second half, and I think the second half dropped the ball a lot. Although it is, I am so angry that I have to say this, but I prefer I preferred the second half of 1990 to the entire film of It Chapter 2. Man, I had to just say that. That is not a good thing. We got Nick in here. Just finished watching Quantum of Solace, and I thought it was decent. Not as bad as people say. Yes, I agree. I have not seen the film, but I have a feeling I'm going to like it. I hope you can stay for a bit, Nick. If you're willing, if you can, I understand, but it would be good to have you in here for a little bit. Chronicles of Narnia. Stop hating on Wally. If you stop bringing it up, I'll try, but it's one that I really have an impulse to. Film Kid, when you're done, I'm going to record my video. But when I tell you, though, spots in number 3 and number 4 are exactly close. And hey, Nick, no, number 3 and number 4 are extremely close. 3 and 4. Oh yeah. I think he means of Daniel Craig's James Bond. But you already have a ranking of that, Film Kid. I thought, yeah, you do. Film Kid. I meant number 2 and number 3. Oh, that's disgusting that you think that it's close between It 1990 and It Chapter 2. It's astronomical. 1990 has the first half back, meaning it's a lot better than Chapter 2. Chapter 2 was so bad. Ugh, yikes. Nick says, "Hey guys, are we still doing the big rank at the end of February?" I thought that I'm trying to get the rest of the Bond films done and Mission Impossible, so I delayed it. I do not know when we're releasing it, but you can easily just film your ranking as soon as you get done with all the films. But I hope that's not really a problem for you. But you can film your ranking and like have it scheduled for, or just like have it in your backlog. But it's not the end of February anymore. I'm sorry if I did not mention that. I did put a post out. You may not have seen it though. But now next on to Skyfall, which I know for a fact he's gonna love. Hasta better like Skyfall. I get he may not have been a very big fan of Casino Royale, but Skyfall. That one I know I'm gonna like. There's a reason why I have a poster for Skyfall and Casino Royale because both films I know I'm gonna love. They're made for me. Action films with great story and great action, and a really great main character. Wait, did I miss anything? Oh yeah, no. Tiara. Stab 4 is low budget and not that good, but it gets better in Stab 5. Just to tell you, so you don't have up, and the budget gets up on Stab 7, but Stab 7 was never finished. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like Costa is not a big fan of Bond. He's not. He isn't. Speaking of the, won't let me highlight it. Did he delete it? What the? Hasta just joined and you're talking about me. Yes. Hasta, can you move the next live stream 1 hour earlier? Then I will be able to join StreamYard. I can't. That one I'm just doing with Film Kid because it's going to get really hard to talk to 3 people, especially answering all those questions, which I'm not going to be able to answer all the questions. Sorry, guys. In the chat for Top Gun Maverick, plus it's a long film. You can watch it like with us, but off screen. But like talking to 3 people is going to get exhausting. Tiara, watch the trailer for Stab 3 Holiday Horror. I can't right now because I'm streaming on my iPad because I don't have my computer with me right now, so I can't do that. But also, I don't know why either, Film Kid. But Bond is now one of my favorite movie franchises of all time, even if some of the films in that franchise are, how do I say this delicately, horrible. Like Diamonds Are Forever, A View to a Kill, Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, Never Say Never Again, You Only Live Twice. They're all so bad. Oy, yeesh. Man, especially Roger Moore. His era was awful. I hated his era so much. Like, I have no idea why people even give him a pass. Oh, yeah, and On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Another terrible one. Film Kid. Bond is Dad's favorite movie franchise. I've told you this many times before. Yes, you have. But Casino Royale is up there with his favorite film of all time. Hasta. Okay, but in future, when are you going to do Q&A? Can you move it an hour forward? As in at 6 o'clock, that'll be usually a bit difficult. I usually like to do it more in like the afternoon because it means that you would usually do it around this time because it means I'm like off of school by then, and then it means it's at night. It gets a bit difficult, but I can try to. Oh yeah, Nick. I'm really angry about that. Most people say this though, but On Her Majesty's Secret Service is one of the most beloved in the franchise. Most diehard fans have it in their top 3. I do not get that. I thought it was terrible. I thought the first half is rough to get through. Rough. And like it's extremely boring. And the second half's not very good. The acting is pretty terrible all around. But ay. But Nick, if you can stay, I would like it. It would be good to be able to have some more people in the chat because we don't have too many, I don't think. We have a few, but seriously. Okay, my dad is a diehard fan of Bond, and On Her Majesty's Secret Service is his least favorite out of all of them. Ugh, Never Say Never Again is so much worse. But my dad also hates that one. So why do we have so much in common? My dad hates On Her Majesty's Secret Service. He hates No Time to Die, and he even says that No Time to Die is almost in pretty much every way better than On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Tiara, do you watch Chucky TV? Do you watch the Chucky TV series, and are you on season 3? Funny story. I accidentally, when I was watching the first episode of Chucky, realized I accidentally was watching the first episode of season 3. So I'm gonna start watching it, but I accidentally did season 3. Godzilla, have you seen? Starring Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I have no idea how to pronounce that. And yes, he does really like Casino Royale. Yep. The movie, Nick. It's not my personal favorite, but I talked to several Bond heads. You happen to love, who happen to love it. No clue at all why anyone even likes that one. It is such an overrated movie. It is so bad. Hasta, I'm still believing that the entire Indiana Jones trilogy is better than all the Sean Connery Bond movies in Casino Royale. Oh, that's not even close. Would even prefer Dial of Destiny over Casino Royale. That's just because you just wanted a hot take. That is not even close. Casino Royale is not. It's Dial of Destiny is good, but not even close. Yeesh. Oh, come on. Nick says Thunderball is garbage. Is the garbage one for me? I thought it was abysmal. It's entertaining. It's great. It's really rewatchable. It's one of my. It is a great one. I love that one. Brian, we got Brian Acosta in here says most overrated movie. Wildest movie opinions. Across the Spider-Verse, bar none, is the most overrated film and is at best a 3.5 out of 5, at worst a 3, maybe 2.5 out of 5. Wildest movie opinions, I just said, and I think Back to the Future is overrated. There. Go easy on me in the comments section. I know a lot of people are wanting the pitchforks right now. Tiara, do you like episode 1 of season 3? I only got a few minutes into it, then I had to do a live stream, and so it was decent. We have Myers Edit saying, "What do you think?" Oh, by the way, like the profile picture thing. What do you think the best MonsterVerse movie is? The best one would probably be Kong Skull Island. I've only seen Godzilla from 2014, so I'm going to go with Godzilla from 2014. But that's only because yeah. Austin Bryant, I would say Casino Royale is the most overrated movie. Oh, shame on you. Also, Gladiator and Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, yeah, there's a typo there. He means Across the Spider-Verse. But Casino Royale is great and is a masterpiece compared to a piece of garbage like Across the Spider-Verse, which is not a piece of garbage, but I have a hatred towards that film. But I'm gonna try not to get into Across the Spider-Verse because it always ruins these streams. Because the film is that bad. It always ruins my streams when I have to talk about it. Because I have a hatred toward that film. It's not even funny. Quick little water break. So Thunderball was boring, but they added really cool sound effects, so I forgive it. It's a great film for me. I like it. And it has some of the most attractive blonde girls in the franchise, debatably. Tiara, face reveal. No, we can't do that. Film kit. I know I have the most controversial MonsterVerse ranking, but I will go with by the day I die. 4, Godzilla, King of Monsters. 3, Kong vs. Godzilla. 2, Godzilla 2014. 1, Kong Skull Island. 2014 was okay. They show very little of the Godzilla in that, but I wouldn't say that you're going to go with that ranking until the day you die. The amount of times you have said that and the amount of times it immediately changes right after when you like binge the franchise is hilarious. I keep making jokes about it. Don't deny it. Oh man, yeah, but that is a bit of a controversial ranking. I hear most people, even though King of Monsters is the lowest rated on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm trying to think. It's the lowest rated on Rotten Tomatoes, but most people put it above 2014 because at least you can see Godzilla in that one. Hasta, Yo Ledger, don't do a face reveal. If you want to do it as a 10,000 subscriber special, at least you can make such a big audience out of hyping it up. That would be a good idea, though. Let's be honest, it would be. Chiara, yeah, my ending to Chucky Goes Psycho is Andy gets possessed by Chucky and throws Aunt Maggie out the window. Dark. Very dark. Okay. Whew. At least getting this thing a bit more popular than I was probably not as much as I was expecting, but looks like we have never, I don't think, ever gotten to that stream where I have not been able to answer everyone's questions. We're going to, I will say, when Film Kid and I do our things for our watch alongs for both Top Gun Maverick and Dark of the Moon, we will not get to everyone's questions because that's going to be very hard because we want to be watching the film and paying attention. And both films are like 2.5 hours. So I think if I wasn't so nice, I may make a joke, kind of saying, "Why don't we do it on your channel so we can't answer everyone's questions to Film Kid?" I'm not that mean though. That would be a bit of a jerk move though. Hosta, what is a Patreon? It means that basically, since like I was saying, since I'm not being able to do all these questions soon because I keep growing, it means that you get to financially support me something dollars a month. Basically there's tiers in which you can pick how much you want to support me a month, and it then means that you get access to special videos that I don't have on my channel. It means that you get to be in live not be in live streams, but you get to be present during Patreon live streams that are exclusive. So it's some really cool stuff. Tiara, you should do reactions. If you mean trailer reactions, I do those. Godzilla, have you seen the original Top Gun? Yes, a few times. I used to like it more than Maverick, which is a controversial pick, but I like Maverick a lot more now. But I think that it's a good one. It has very little plot, but still, it's a great one, and a lot of really cool moments. And there's some moments that are heartbreaking, like the scene with Goose. I think we all know, but that's a great one. But I would say Maverick actually probably improves upon the original in practically every way. Anything that the original did, probably Maverick does it 10 times better. But like I was saying, it means that you get to support me, and uh, it means that you get to support me because if you like my channel that much. It's not like required, but it's something that I'm now doing so I can at least give some extra money. It also means that if you guys want me to see some movies, then basically doing Patreon means that you guys are paying me money that I can like use to buy movies. Because I don't think anyone else noticed this, but uh, but maybe I don't think anyone thought that I have infinite amount of money. So, TR, anyone else here? 11? I don't think there's 11 people here. I could have misunderstood that though. Okay, you have to admit the scene or Pennywise in It Chapter 2 where he goes hello. It's cool, and then he eats the girl. That scene's cool. It's just in a really bad film. That scene on its own is very mean spirited, though. I hated that scene. That was awful and incredibly in poor taste. But that the way that he's like hello, there's two different versions. One that they use as like the teaser of It Chapter 2, and one as like what happens in the film. I think the one in the teaser is much cooler because of like some of the sound effects they do and stuff. But it's really cool. Skarsgård's more intimidating as like a just thing in general, but as like a clown, then and just as like a clown, then I would say Tim Curry's far more scary than Pennywise, and I mean than Bill Skarsgård for one reason alone. Well, I mean, two reasons actually. Tim Curry does not use CGI pretty much every time. Nearly every time. What is it? Uh, Pennywise opens his mouth, and immediately you can tell that it's caped in CGI, and that every time he opens his mouth, like that incredible scene where we see Pennywise kill Georgie and drag him into the sewer and rip off his freaking arm. That was a horrid scene to watch, but even though I didn't even flinch during the entire thing, but the worst part about that is it was CGI, the teeth, so it looks horrible. Well, not horrible, but it didn't look good, so it did partially ruin that scene. But Tim Curry doesn't use CGI. If you take a look, those teeth that he does in that scene in the opening are not CGI. So he's a lot more intimidating because he didn't have to use that stuff. Yeah, there's some stuff that Skarsgård does physically, like the eye thing, that's cool, but also you also have to keep in mind that I'm trying to think. I had the other one. The other reason why he is not why Curry's more intimidating is because uh Skarsgård is intimidating as basically just a demon. Is just as a demon. He's a horrific thing that you want to be in a room with. But if you think of it really, he's not really someone that's afraid of a clown would be like losing their ever loving mind to get away from. Something like Tim Curry, he evokes a lot of the stuff that and the energy that a lot of that what is it uh it's he evokes a lot of the stuff because he's basically just a clown, so a lot of people make fun of that, but still. Tiara, have you heard about the Welcome to Derry prequel series to Pennywise? I have not. Wait, no, I have heard of that. I have heard of that one. Hold on 1 second. But I'm very looking forward to it. I hope it's not an HBO Max original though. So Ledger, do you want to do a watch party together soon? As soon as I can get some time, you can just tell me what you want to watch along to me. I'll see if I have it purchased. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, anyway, I know I'm glitching, and why did I have to go to Max? I may need to rent. I may need to rent Max for like a month. Film Kid, there's a reason why I come to these live streams. Oh, I hate you. Keep, watch, burn, How to Train Your Dragon, Curse of the Black Pearl, Iron Man. Keep the Curse of the Black Pearl. This is where it gets dicey. Watch Iron Man, burn, How to Train Your Dragon. Wow. Actually, no, I'll watch How to Train Your Dragon and burn Iron Man. I would say Iron Man's better, but I would rewatch How to Train Your Dragon probably before. And the score's much better. No one will disagree with that. No one. Whew. Okay, I'm now all caught up. And Hosta, if you heard me, I said if you want, as soon as I can get some time to, if there's one that you want to do, that I'll see if I have it purchased, or if there's somewhere I can stream it. But it would have to be one I'm old enough for. The one that you recommended that we do with, I think, Christian Bale or something, I'm not old enough for that one. If you guys have any questions, be sure to drop them in. I'll be leaving about like an hour, I think. Although that was man, you are just such a piece of film. Could keep, watch, burn, Kingdom of Heaven, Lethal Weapon, and Weapon for an Independence Day. Lethal Weapon 4. Burn, Independence Day, easily, of those ones, easily the worst. Although it is so good, but watch Kingdom of Heaven, a great film though. It's borderline 100 of all time. It barely got etched out, barely. And keep Lethal Weapon 4. That one is debatably the funniest in the franchise. It competes with 3 and 2. They're all pretty funny, except not the original. The original is a bit more dark, and not it's very much dark with like some of the things like Rick's thinking about committing suicide, but it's still a great one. The first one's my second favorite in the franchise. A lot of people will agree that even though that original one is still great, the second one is probably the best. Okay. Okay, Film Kid, please stop. Please stop. Please. Film Kid, The Shawshank Redemption, 7, and Pulp Fiction. Stop it. Enough. You're done. You're done. You've had enough. And quick little answer, I have not seen any of the Dirty Harry movies I want to. Burn 7. Watch Shawshank and keep Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction's by bar none the most rewatchable out of the 3. Bar none. But all 3 are like easy 10 out of 10s and fantastic and some of the greatest of all time. Each one is like all 3 are basically perfect. I don't think I have a flaw with any of those 3. Maybe do I have one with Pulp Fiction? I don't think so. Film Kid, Ledger, you have to answer it. Ugh, I hate you. You think you're so funny doing all these things that make me suffer. But yeah. Anyway, be right back. Whew. Okay. Okay, enough, Film Kid. You're done. You're done. You're done. You've lost your privileges. Man, I hate you. Film Kid, Over the Top, Last Crusade, Empire Strikes Back. Burn Empire, even though Over the Top is the worst out of all the three, I think. And watch Last Crusade, and Over the Top I keep because it's the most rewatchable and it's such a great family film. Dude, the only reason it's rotten is because the critics think that they look cool, not giving anything from Sylvester Stallone a positive. They just think that they're so cool, when in reality they're just idiots. Yeesh. Always giving the negatives to Stallone. You know how many films Arnold's made that have sucked? Yeesh. Like Maggie, which is a pretty bad film. And that one gets a positive, but something awesome like that's actually positive on Rotten Tomatoes was something like, man, but something like what is it? Over the Top. They're not. Yeah. But Last Action Hero is negative. That's not fair. They just think that they look cool, taking away all the pride from his great films. Austin, this might be controversial, but I don't think Logan is as interesting on a rewatch. I still love it, but it definitely makes me prefer The Dark Knight as my favorite superhero movie. Nope, I prefer Logan, I think. Film Kit, I said please stop. Keep watch Burn. Logan, Terminator 2, Aliens, Burn, Logan. It's easily the least rewatchable. Yikes. Man, that film is so hard to watch. Watch T2, keep Aliens. I'm okay. Now I'm making the thing where I am no longer doing any of these ones. No more keep watch Burns. As Emperor Palpatine says, good. But speaking of which, on March 8th, guys, be sure to go over to SPC Unleashed, his channel, because I will be the guest on a watch-along for the movie Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So I was invited over onto that channel to do a live stream with him. So if you guys like that and like my channel, then be sure to go over there. I will be sure to share the link. So, I hope as soon as he gets the thing set up to where I can find the link. Yeah, this one has not been popular lately at all. I wonder why. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the vote. Let's see who won. Nay or yay? Yes. Okay, the yes answer wins. Okay. Yikes! I hate this thing. And yes, I know. I got muted again. Yeesh. Why does it keep muting me? That wasn't as bad as what happened to Film Kid yesterday. I had to poke fun of that Film Kid. I'm sorry, I had to. It was funny. You just kept getting muted. That was great. Yeah, but, I need to start probably just getting these live streams like prepared like days in advance so that there's anticipation, not like out of nowhere, because that might be another reason why people are not in it very much. I had a time where I had a lot of questions coming in, but yeah. Film Kid Ledger, do you want to talk afterwards? Sure. I'm gonna eat my dinner, but then I can talk for a little bit before I have a basketball practice thing. That could be a bit exhausting, but yeah. Hopefully my Legos are here by now, so I'll tell you about that afterwards. But I'll be happy to. If you can hear any siren in the background, I have no idea why. This is nothing I'd hit. I may be clumsy. I'm not that clumsy. But if you hear that in the background, I apologize. I'm the Wolverine. Pumpkin, how much longer do you think you have? How much longer do you think is left? I would probably say I'm going to do this for maybe 20 more minutes. If this thing gets very popular, I may extend it a little more. But right now, since there's barely anything left, I don't think so. I'll just do it for like 20 more minutes. If it gets very popular, I'll do it for like an extra half hour. And sorry, I did answer this question. It just got muted. It muted me at that point. And yes, I have not seen Pacific Rim. I've been told I need to. I hear it's good. I think it's been compared to Avatar, only probably a much better film than Avatar. That's another overrated one. There's no way it has justification for being the highest grossing film of all time. Also, no justice the fact that I believe I think The Dark Knight is I think it's like in the top. I think The Dark Knight's in the top 5 lowest grossing billion-dollar films of all time. There's no justification for that. It's one of the best easily. Godzilla says I should, and I will soon. I hear the sequel is terrible. Well, I mean, I don't hear very good things about the sequel. I'll just say that. My head. Yeah, there. Popped my neck. So if you guys have a YouTube channel, to be sure to share this video so I can get so this thing can get a bit more popular and it'll be a bit more fun. And be sure to hit that like button as well. Okay. Water break. Oh, yeah, sorry. I keep doing that accidentally where I will try and press a comment and then it immediately just like pops into a different one and then I accidentally press that one. Godzilla, when do you think you will watch the Jason Bourne movies? Yeah, the first 2 are on sale, so I think I may get those today if I can. So probably those soon, definitely soon. And yeah, so I'm gonna get them soon, probably. So probably soon. But those ones I've heard a lot of really good things. Yes, about Identity, Supremacy, and Ultimatum. I have not heard very good things about Legacy or Jason Bourne. Both kind of really fell off within the fans' eyes. I still cannot tell which one is worse because most people on the internet will probably say Legacy, but Jason Bourne is the lower. I think it's the lowest rated on Rotten Tomatoes. It's one of them. They're both very close and are not very received well. But Matt Damon, but odd because Matt Damon wasn't in Legacy, but he's in Jason Bourne. I think they had to do like a course correction because Legacy was not received well though. But Jeremy Renner's in it. That was like when they were trying to give him his own franchise because he did well in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, and Rogue Nation. But I believe I really wish that he wasn't Fallout and the rest. There's possibility he could come back in Dead Reckoning Part 2. They intentionally didn't touch his character in Rogue Nation or Fallout, even though he's not in Fallout. But they made sure not to talk about his character at all, or maybe very little of his character, so that if he is able to come back because he wasn't able to do Fallout because of Infinity War shooting at that point and Endgame, so he wasn't able to be a part of those. So he could be in Dead Reckoning Part 2, which will not be called Dead Reckoning Part 2, but which is stupid. Has to always have a different title for Mission Impossible. Let me tell you something. Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3. Okay, technically those are different because of the letters. Duh. Yeesh. Godzilla. I personally like Legacy and Jason Bourne 2016. They have their fans. It's just most people agree that of the franchise, most likely those 2 are the worst, bar none. That's what I've heard. Very little people will say actually those are like the best in the franchise. Let's just sound. Okay. 1 second. Can you guys still hear me? Yes? Yeah, I think they can hear me. Man, the stream really got unpopular, so I think I'm gonna end in like 15 minutes. It's not been very well received. It was at first, but still. Mm-hmm. But some rankings I'm gonna try and get out later are Roger Moore Bond ranking, which was very delayed. Maybe an Equalizer ranking. It's probably a bit too late now, but I saw the then mm, then I'm gonna try and get I'm gonna probably get a versus episode out for the Living Daylights versus License to Kill, and then probably then Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig Bond ranking, and I'm trying to think what else. A lot of Bond. We'll just say that. And soon, like Nick brought up, possibly the genre challengers as soon as I can. Maybe probably March 30th if we can manage it. Okay. Film Kid, you can end it in 5 minutes. It's gonna be one of those short streams because I really don't have that much to say. Well, then Godzilla I don't think has so. If you do Godzilla, then that's completely fine. But will you do a video ranking of the Jason Bourne movies when you've watched all of them? Yes, I've seen most of the first one, most of it. So I'm gonna try to. Godzilla, you should do a ranking for the Equalizer films. Yeah, I know. I've seen all three, so I need to put out my ranking. It was delayed a lot. Equalizer 3 for my 2023 movies ranked. Equalizer 3 is in there, so you guys can go watch that one. Even though I stuttered a lot in there because I was kind of distracted having to look up some stuff on Letterboxd and like having to change some stuff. But man, I put Across the Spider-Verse too high. I may put it lower, much lower. But yeah. And 2023, these movies got so long. There were so many really long movies, which is hilarious because all the films in my top 5 are like 2.5 hours long or more. Maybe not Guardians 3, but it was long. Godzilla, what do you think of the Bourne Identity? Most of the stuff I've seen of it, I like it. It's a really good film. I really liked it. Of the stuff I saw, I just never finished it. But because my brother just didn't like it because he thought it was slow, even though it has action. If somebody does not die in a film, even though he basically just knocks some people out in that one, but if someone does not die, even though they did die, there's a scene, but he just can't like it. Yeesh. I don't. But you guys don't really have to get them too mad at him because he's basically mentally insane. It's coming from the guy that he hates the Dark Knight. So that just goes to show his opinion in movies. He's dumb. Okay, I can say your brothers don't really like good movies. Yes, they do not. And the bad movies they also seem to really like. Like Rise of Skywalker is my brother's favorite Star Wars film, which is a horrendous film. It's a terrible, terrible film. But I think I will end this here. I will, but be sure to stay tuned for my live stream with a watch along with Film Kid for Top Gun Maverick. The one week after that with what is it? With Transformers Dark of the Moon, and then after that, a one with SPC Unleashed for the SPC Unleashed for Revenge of the Sith. Godzilla, you should do a watch along for Master and Commander: The Assassination of Jesse James, The Fountain, and The Abyss Special Edition. Whenever you feel like watching them, I'll try. But I think that will conclude this epic if you can even call it that, stream. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one.